Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. This is your girl, Tandra. Nope, this is your networking ninja. What the? Coming to you on Talk to Me Tuesday, where we share helpful networking tips to help grow your business. I am so excited to be here today, and I hope you are excited too. And I hope you have two things that I hope that you have each time that you come in with us is that you have a pen and a notebook. Because what do I always say, or what Miss Lotus Richey says, note takers are money makers. So we are going to have an amazing conversation. I promise I won't keep you long, but we're going to have an amazing conversation today about maybe some hey, how are you doing? Listen, I'm trying to get all my devices together and make sure everybody's on time. I may be looking here, but listen, I'm just wanting to make sure that we got it all together. So note takers and money makers. So I just want to make sure that we all are just streaming in live and everybody is like where we're all supposed to be. Let me go over here and make sure that we share it. Okay, there we go. So I just want to make sure. Hey, how are you doing? Hey, it's Talk to Me Tuesday. Listen, can you guys believe it? It's June. This is the last Tuesday in June. And like Tori, I always tell me, Tori Renee, listen, I'm shouting you out. This is the second quarter, the last month of the second quarter. So, hey, let me just make sure that we get this going here real quick. There you go. Alrighty. Thank you so much for joining in. I sure appreciate you all joining in to Talk to Me Tuesday. Again, my name is Tandra Price. I am known as the Networking Ninja. I help entrepreneurs like yourself implement networking strategies to help make your business grow. And today we have an amazing topic that we are going to be talking about on Talk to Me Tuesday. And it's kind of a funny topic too. Well, I'm not going to say it's funny, but it's kind of a topic that right now, I think we just kind of really need to highlight it. Hey, Kathy, how are you? How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining in. I think this topic is something that we need to talk about, especially since we're transitioning kind of back out into the real world or kind of transitioning back into our personal meetup meetings. I wanted to talk about today some topics, some tips, just share some tips with you about making our meetings, our virtual meetings, a little bit fun, worthwhile for people attending, and just kind of having a structure. Like I said, we are all making that transition back into doing personal one-on-one meetings, going to our different venues. Now, listen, virtual is still going to exist, but if it's going to exist, let's make sure that, we're hitting every pinpoint that we have that's out there to make it more engaging, make it more fun, make it worth people wanting to come into your environment, into your space to attend your events. So I'm just going to re-say it again. My name is Tandra Price. I am known as the Networking Ninja, and I'm here just to help share some networking strategies to help make your business grow. So today we are going to be sharing with you, or I'm going to be sharing with you tips on making, again, our virtual meetings a little bit more fun, interactive, engaging, just to kind of keep everybody on point. Like I said, we are moving into, or some are moving back into the real world. So we're transitioning. I know I said that, but I need to say it again, because even though this is happening, virtual is still going to be a place or a platform where more meetings are going to be taking place, more conferences is going to be taking place. So how do we do that? So let's just dive on into it, okay? So the first thing I have, and I always have my handy notes, just like I'm asking you to have your notebook and your pen, because again, note takers are money makers. So I got some few notes that I've written down, and just kind of bear with me, but make sure that you write them down and engage into the conversation with me. So if this is your first time being here, just put a 1, because I want to make sure that, hey, thank you for taking time to be with me. And if you have been here with me before, just put a 2 in the chat. So just so I know, hey, who I'm talking to and who's chiming in with me. Okay. So here we go. The first one I want to talk about, one of the most important tips is when we're doing our virtual meetings, to make sure that we have an agenda. And as we're having that agenda, that we want to share it with different participants or people who potentially are going to come to your meetings. So here's a good thing. Hey, Kathy's, okay, Kathy, where are you calling from? Oh, Kathy, yes. I think Kathy's from HMP. Are you from HMP, Kathy? If you're from HMP, give me a thumbs up. But okay, so the first tip is let's have an agenda when we're having our meetings, especially people that we have or know that are potentially coming now. What happens is whenever we put a meeting or an event together, I'm gonna give you an example like HMP, we always send, especially if you're doing it on LinkedIn, that we always send out a notice. And when we send out that notice or invites, I want to say invites, we send out, and you could do that on the screen when you're doing events. If you don't know how to do that, please let me know because I can help you with that. Oh, she's from Kansas City. Okay, yes. Okay, so if you don't know how to do that, I'll let you know. But whenever time you schedule an event, like the event that I scheduled here, and hopefully that you picked it up from here, that you would go onto the events, click on it, and then invite people. But if you know some particular people that are going to be at your event that you've already built up a relationship with, you know what? Let's get them involved into what we're doing. So one, have an agenda. Make sure that you share that with the other participants. And here's kind of what I do too. When my meetings, I ask people or people that come into, like, say, conversations over coffee or my Atlanta group or my Kansas City group, I'm always saying, can you do the welcome? Or can you, make sure that you announce the speaker? Because I'm kind of giving them specific roles to do. Hey, how are you? Okay. #1 Black worldwide. Okay, there you go. So I'm always giving an assignment to someone within the group because then that one, if nothing else, I know that person's going to show up. But two, it's not about me. It's about the community, the group that we're putting together. So we want to make sure that we get everyone involved. So give someone some assignment. I don't want to say assignment, but give everyone a part of what we're doing. Share your agenda with them. Let them know what you're doing in advance. So one, they can bring momentum. Two, they can invite. Three, that they know that they have a role in what you're doing. And they're adding value. They're adding their value to the community. Two, start on time and end on time. Now, I'm notorious about this. I have a good friend who always looking like this. She says, okay, because I love networking. Everything about me, I talk about networking and the power of plugging into networking and what it can do for someone's business. And, when you have a passion and a feel for what you're doing, you just kind of just go off. I mean, you just can just talk and talk and talk. I mean, has anybody ever had that? I mean, like if you're passionate about a topic or a subject, you can just talk for hours and hours and hours. Put a 5 in the chat if that's you. If you're passionate about a topic, you're passionate about a topic that you've had, and you can just talk for hours and hours and hours. And sometimes, you know what? Time just gets away. But you got to have someone in there like, okay, come on. You know what? You didn't talk about this long enough. You didn't give enough juice. So it's time to move on. So that's another thing. Start on time and end on time, okay? And I think that's just an effective way because people want to make sure that we're all respecting each other's time, and we want to make sure that we get all the information that we had already planned in our agenda. Because remember, agenda was the first thing. Have an agenda, sharing it with the other participants. And if you start on time and end on time, then you make sure that everything you get in there. So it's actually 7 tips that I'm going to be sharing with you. Again, just for you coming in. Today's topic is I wanted to share 7 tips with you about doing virtual meetings, making sure that they're fun, engaging, and they're worthwhile for people to come. So I just wanted to kind of give a few little tips that I thought that would be helpful to you to help you with your business. The first one was making sure that you have an agenda and share it with other participants in your group. Okay, give other people roles when they're coming in, assign. And I was just explaining that when HMP, like we all have, we have a co-host. We have like co-host 1, co-host 2, co-host 3. So everybody has a particular role that they're doing. So they're adding value to the meeting and umping up the momentum. 2 was start on time and end on time, because we want to make sure that all the information that you have that was in your agenda, that you make sure that you cover it and get it done in Pacific time, and it respects other people's time. This is another one for me because, again, like I said, I'm passionate about networking and I'm passionate about sharing whatever tips and resources that I have to stay on task. Okay, so there's a difference, start on time, end on time. But now that I'm passionate about what I'm talking about, time runs by me. And sometimes because I'm passionate and depending on what questions are being asked, it may throw me off task. So we have to stay on task. So anybody have a problem with that? Come on, y'all got to talk to me. This is Talk to Me Tuesday, to where we're sharing helpful networking tips with each other. So I'm going to need for you to talk back to me as I'm talking to you. So Has anybody ever had that problem with staying on task, especially in your meetings? Like you have meetings, and again, we're passionate about what we're doing. We want to make sure that, we're really, delivering the goods, the juice is what I call it. And sometimes we kind of get off task. So if you've ever had that problem staying on task, look, put a 3 in there, put a 3 in the comments. I'm just going to throw out some numbers because I want to make sure that you're talking back to me and me just not talking to myself. So if you've ever had that problem staying on task, then, put a 3 in the comments, because again, when we veer off task, we're losing sometimes we can lose our clients. We can lose a little bit of the momentum of what we're doing. We're losing a little bit of our message that we're trying to get out. So make sure that we stay on task. And again, listen, I have somebody that's good for saying, listen, girl, you need to get back on task, or get back over there. Get back over there. Sometimes I get like some sign languages in my group. Hey, Deshaun, how are you? Sometimes I have some sign languages that I do, or like I have somebody in my group, giving me, like, especially if it's on virtual, they give me that look, like, like, you need to hurry up, or or they be looking at their watch or something. I know it's a little distracting, especially sometimes for others, because that's going to be my next thing I'm talking about, is eliminating the distractions. But sometimes we have to have someone within our group keep us on task. So, okay, I'm getting a lot of 3s. Yes. Listen, I totally understand staying on task is important. So far I went over 3 of them. Let me go back over them. These are the 7 tips that I'm going to share with you about keeping your virtual meetings fun, exciting, keeping them engaging, and making them worthwhile for people to come on, especially since we're all transitioning back into doing our personal one-on-one meetings, going to different venues. Virtual is still here. It's not going anywhere. It's going to even get bigger. But as we're on this virtual platform, let's make sure that we maximize it to the fullest, and make sure that we are engaging enough and getting our audience to pay attention. So the first one was making sure that we have an agenda and share with other participants. Get other people that who's coming to the event, get them involved, get them doing something, make them a co-host, or have 2 or 3 co-hosts, or, giving them and say, you're going to be responsible for the welcome, or you're going to be responsible for the closing, or you're going to be responsible for introducing the speaker. Give them a role. 2, start on time and end on time. 3, stay on task. 4, I just talked about. Yes, even though I have someone who's giving me signals, it could be a little bit distraction. So let me ask you this question. The biggest distraction that I've found, especially on when we're doing virtual meetings, is either someone's on their phone, someone's texting, or they got a whole bunch of other distractions. Now, if you have been in that situation to where you have seen that, and it may have been a little distracting to you, put a 1 in the chat. Okay, put a 1 in the chat. Because a lot of times we have to eliminate these distractions. One, especially if you have a guest, and maybe these are just when you're setting your agenda and when someone's maybe doing the welcome, that could be something that you can maybe just bring up, just to let everybody know, to be very respectful for the people that, that are coming here, spending their time pouring into us, that, we show them the respect, because anytime that we're on a platform, we want to get that same respect. So maybe with the person, when you're sharing your agenda, that was number 1, when you're sharing their agenda with the participants and you're giving them a role, that maybe that they can maybe incorporate that in a fun, cute kind of way to let people know, listen, let's put all the distractions away. Because one thing I want to say is, when you go to networking events and you want to maximize your networking events, we got to pay attention. We want to be there, not just to be there, because you don't know if that's going to be your next customer inside that virtual meeting. And you have to look at it too. Just think, if you went to a one-on-one personal meeting, you are giving that person that you're sitting across their table to your undivided attention. So we still have to do that same practice when we're on virtual, right? You want to still be able to give that same person, as if you were sitting right across from them, the same attention and respect. You wouldn't be on your phone. You wouldn't be texting. A matter of fact, that's one of the things they say when you have an in-person meeting, that you put your phone at least on silent, right? Come on, y'all gotta be talking to me. I don't see nobody talking. Oh, there we go. I got a one in here. Come on, this is Talk to Me Tuesday, where we are sharing helpful networking tips to help grow your business. And if you have something or a comment that you want to share, put it in the chat. Matter of fact, if you want to jump on, let me know. Give me a hand or something. But yeah, so we have to make sure that that's important. Let's see. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, there we go. It says, that's why I don't show myself live during Zoom sessions. I don't want to be a distraction. I am usually working and moving around, and that is a distraction to me. Yes, good one. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I totally understand. Let's see. We got some ones popping up in here. We got some threes popping up in here. Yes. Yes. You know what? Text where you're calling from. I mean, text where you're calling from. Text where text where you're from. I would like to give you a shout out. Let me know who's all in the house, because I'm looking on a couple of different devices. So just please forgive me as I'm doing this. Okay, so yes, that is true. Distractions are just like, it's just like, no, let's don't do it, because we want to give respect to the people that, you know, again, has taken their time to come out, pour into us, that is spending time sharing their knowledge and information with us. So, okay, we have Deshaun from Denver, Colorado. Yes, all right, in the house. Thank you so much, Miss Lady. So, yes, we want to make sure, getting back, listen, see how I got off task? It can happen so easily, but yes, the most important thing is we want to be able to eliminate distractions. Let's give everybody our full attention. And here's the thing about it is, one of the things that a lot of times, which is my next point is number 6. One of my next things is, oh no, that ain't not my number 6. Concluding with an action. We always have to conclude our meetings with an action. And my ladies know that if you're part of Conversations Over Coffee, I'm always leaving with an action item. You have to have an act. Please don't have a meeting without giving someone instructions. I don't want to say instructions, and I don't want to say assignment, but give them something to do to make it worthwhile. Like, oh, wow, I really did get this. Oh, wow, this was really good. That, you know, the tips she gave me, man, I need to try to incorporate this. Just giving a slight action item. Believe me, your audience will love you for it. Your audience will love you for it if you give them an action item. And it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be small. I mean, it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be, you know, too small, but give it something to where they feel like it was worth their while for attending your event. Okay, let's see. Okay. Andrew, okay. He says, I'm just the opposite. I prefer the video on Zoom conference because in addition to seeing the person you're talking to, you can read body language during the conference. Okay, Andrew, now you brought up something I wasn't even going to go there yet. I wasn't even going to go there yet. But listen, body language is key. You know, body language is conversation. And a lot of people kind of don't understand. Most people, I don't say a lot. Most people don't kind of understand that your body language is a conversation. And your body language can stop or proceed the conversation of what you're doing. So we have to be careful of how we're doing, what we're doing, you know, how we looking, our disposition. Okay, Andrew, number 3 was stay on task. So I got to get back on task, make sure I get all this juicy information that I want to give out. So far, we talked about eliminate distractions. Yes, let's eliminate distractions. Whoever's starting with your agenda, your participants, whoever you're getting involved with what they're doing, have them kind of bring that up at the beginning. Say, hey, I'm so glad you're here. You know, if everyone could put their phones on silence, let's make sure that we give our speakers our undivided attention, because they're going to be bringing some juice. So we want to make sure we say that. Then we want to conclude. Number 5 was conclude with an action item. Always give them something to leave with. Like, I'm going to give you something to leave with today. But yes, always make sure that you have an action item. Now, 6 is going to be the follow process. Please do not go to a networking event and do not have a follow-up system and process in place. A lot, you know what? 83% of people waste most of their time going to networking events You know why? Because they don't have a follow-up system. Just because people you meet don't do business with you the very first time they meet you, don't mean that they won't be your clients later. We all buy on emotions, and timing is everything. So you have to have a follow-up system. It's like, I'm going to give you a quick story. I ended up talking with a customer yesterday, matter of fact, and we were talking about, some strategies that you needed to do when it comes to networking. And one of the strategies, she had a very laid out, it was what she had, her goal, what she had, something that she really wanted to get out of the networking events. Okay. But at the end, when I asked her about her goal, she told me her goal was to have all these particular meetings, and she didn't have anything else after that. Okay, so she had all the meetings. Okay, I'm trying not to give out the whole conversation, but she said she wanted to have a certain number of meetings per month. Okay, she wanted to hit the cap of these meetings. So, but when she had the meetings, she didn't do anything after the meeting. Okay, so it's important that when we go to networking events, yes, our goal is to build relationships up. And as we're building these relationships up, now we have to follow up. Because remember, I said one of the biggest things that people waste their precious time, 83% of people waste their precious time networking because they don't follow up. So her goal is, I'm trying to connect all this together, so I hope you're following me. Listen, just as long as I know that you're still with me, give me a 2 or something in the chat so I know that you're following me. So the goal is, yes, you're going to networking events. Yes, we should network, but you should also have a follow-up system when you do it. Don't go just hustling for customers, because that's not going to work. Get out of that hustle mode. We're not no jumper humpers and dumpers. We're not none of that in networking. We are relationship building. And in order to build relationships, we have to make sure that we have a follow-up system and process, because we all know that it takes 7 to 8 touches before someone will even do business with us. But here's the thing about it is, if you go and approach, I did a speech at Sean Fair's event, and I said, listen, and I put it on LinkedIn as well, is that it is not a microwave process. You can't just pop it in the microwave for whatever 3 minutes or so and expect to get a hot plate of customers. It doesn't work like that. Networking requires for you to marinate it and let it sit. You can't skip networking, nor can you rush it. There's a process to it. So I'm off task again, but I wanted to make sure that I said that. So make sure we have a follow-up system and process. And then 7, and lastly, let's keep it fun. Networking is supposed to be fun. We go out and we're developing relationships, we're having business, but it's supposed to be fun. Don't make it to be like networking is like a chore or job. It's something that we're doing every day. And if people say, I hate networking, well, then I guess we hate talking every day, because whenever we open this up here, we are networking. Okay, so listen, let me see. So Deshawn McCray is out of Wichita Transplant. Okay, let's see. She's got a lot to say. Yes, action items. Body language is so important. That is so right. Yes, Andy. Yes, ma'am. But I think body language can be a major distraction. Facial expressions, eating and drinking snacks, moving around in the room is a distraction. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. I'm gonna just say this, and then we're gonna say body language for another topic. But you know that saying, when you walk into the room, you want to make sure that you own the room. Has everybody heard that saying? When you walk into the room, you haven't even said nothing, but your body language started the conversation when you opened up the door. Did you hear me? Let me say it again. And then I'm just gonna leave it there, because what happens is, what a lot of times is, when you walk into a room and you're confident, it's going to show. That's the beginning. Your body language has already started the conversation. The same thing that happens when you get onto a Zoom. Okay. Your body language, no matter what you're doing, if you're sleeping, if you're looking like sleeping, you ain't hang up. I mean, I'm saying, if you like, what she got to say, all of this is speaking before any conversation even started. When you go to an in-person event, same thing. As you're shaking someone's hand, they talk about whether you shake, have a firm grip, a light grip, a medium grip. Now that kind of tells what type of potential business person that you are. Now I have a book, and I don't even know if I have it here. Here it is right here. We can get into this conversation, Body Language 101. And a lot of this tells us how we are, or whether we're approachable or not approachable. So I don't want to get all into that because that's a whole nother topic. And I'm so glad you said that. Listen, that may be my next Talk to Me Tuesday, where we're sharing some helpful networking tips to help grow your business. So let me get back on task so I can make sure I'm respectful of everybody's time who's joining us. Ooh, this is juicy. I say woo woo. Woo woo woo. That's my little sign. So now, 7 tips I wanted to give you. One was have an agenda. Get your other participants, share with the other participants. It's going to be at the event. Get other people involved in your events. It's not all about us. Listen, we're building a community. We're collaborators. Get other people involved. Start on time too. Start on time, end on time. 3, and you already know I have a bad habit of it. That's why I have some other people helping me. Stay on task. 4, eliminate any distractions. 5, conclude with an action item. Please conclude with an action item. 6, please make sure you have a follow-up system and process. Okay, we got to follow up. We got to keep our customers engaged. We got to keep those who took the time to have one-on-ones with us, to visit with us. Make sure that we have that engaged. And then 7, let's make it fun. Let's make it fun, because that's all. Again, that's what networking is about. And we'll talk about body language, because body language is something that we need to do. So I guess I'm more of an introvert. I don't like all the eyes on me. I'm more of a behind the scenes type of person. Okay. Awesome. That's good juice too. Even though we're behind the scenes, we still got to figure out how to get more to be in front of the scenes. I don't know if that's kind of right, what I'm trying to say, but at some point, people do business with people who they see, okay, who they interact with. A lot of times, business can be done virtually, and it is done virtually. A lot of deals are closed. I mean, we can shake hands and do everything virtually, right over the internet, just like we're doing now. But at some point, we have to make sure that we show up. What is it? Show up, speak up, and follow up. We got to make sure that we do those 3 things. And a part of that is we're going to have to come to the forefront. Okay, so Andre said networking is selling yourself, which helps you sell your product and services. As it relates to body language, it's a part of your preliminaries and as a part of the sales process that are introduction, preliminaries, and the investigation, where we ask questions, then deliverables, when you can provide and end with an objective, what you expect on the next meeting. I call it the PIDO. Okay. Hey, I love it. Okay, then I'm going to leave that up there for a minute because I want y'all to put that down there. Get what he called it, the PIDO. The PIDO. That's a good one. I'm going to leave that up there for just a second. It's so important. Body language is it. Andre, man, you need to just come on and talk about body language and how we're going to make this thing work. Oh, Nigerians in the house. All right. Yes, interaction is very important. So I hope that these were some helpful tips. Again, your action item is to go out and maybe implement some of these. I mean, we share some good comments. I'm so glad you're talking back to me, because that's what this is about. This is Talk to Me Tuesday, where, look, I'm not just talking to you, you talking to me too. And you're not talking to me, you talking to everybody else that is tuning in to us. Look, we got Nigeria in the house. You talking to Nigeria. You talking to Wichita. Look, we got Chi-Town in the house. Okay, we got California in the house. So listen, I'm so glad because we're sharing all these information that, you know what, one of the things we talk about in one of my ladies group is we talk about the juggles and struggles of what it takes to be in business. And this thing ain't made for us to do it by ourselves. It's made for people just like you sharing your tips and information with us, because I truly believe once one win, we all win. So I'm so super, super excited about that. Okay, so listen, I gave you an action item. Go and implement some of these information that we shared today, or maybe, take one or two of them. I gave you 7. Take one or two of them, just to kind of start off. I want to share with you, though, something that I'm so super excited about, too. And you've probably seen it out. It is called Tapped In. And it's my magazine that's out. And we did our first issue where we highlighted 28 phenomenal women all across. And I'll share a video with you at the end. But we highlighted 28 phenomenal women across the globe, and we connected, internationally. And so we're so super excited that we are gearing up for our August edition. So we're looking for some phenomenal ladies just like yourself. If you look up above me, this way. If you look up above me, it's the link. It says Tapped In Magazine. Go there, get more information, reserve your spot. If you want to be featured in our upcoming edition, our August edition, it's going to be amazing. We are talking about wealth and wisdom. And I see right now today, listen, just this information that you ladies and gents gave me today is some amazing information that we're going to, I think I'm going to add a column in there, like a column to write of some of the tips and strategies that we're getting from other people, and put in acknowledging the people that gave it to us as well. Because again, once we get our magazine together, it goes out to different major media publications and networks. So we want to make sure that, listen, everybody get a little piece. Remember I said, once one win, we all win. And another exciting thing I want to share with you too, another action item I'm going to leave with you is that over Juneteenth, I am so blessed and honored to be a part of an amazing group called blackowned.com. Okay, let's write it down here. Blackowned. On.com, and we did an amazing conversation about I'm gonna put it up here, blackowned.com. Please go to that website, register. It's an amazing thing. We are doing some amazing stuff. We are going to become, we're looking to become the virtual Wakanda online, to where a little bit of everybody can get a little piece of the pie and be able to plug into this system. But we did an amazing conversation over Juneteenth, and we had, I don't know, maybe a 1,000 or so people registered and participated in this conversation about, what freedom means to you. But just alone, this organization is bringing some amazing, powerful things to the virtual space. And I want you to be a part of it. So that's a resource I'm giving you. I want you to be a part of it. So please go to blackowned.com, register, get more information about it. You'll see my little handy face on there. Go to the Black Talent community. And we're looking for even to get testimonials from people that we're more than happy to put on there. But yes, so please, that's action 2. I gave you 1 was implement some of these 1 through 7 strategies. 2, go to blackowned.com and register there for me, if you would please. Let's see what else. And I have conversations over coffee. So if those who are looking to join a phenomenal networking group, join us Thursday at 9 a.m. Between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. Central Time. We have a phenomenal Victoria Sparks who's going to be coming, and she was also featured in the magazine. So she's going to be coming, and she's going to be talking about financial literacy. And not just financial literacy, but she's going to be showing how that plugs into the power of networking. Okay, so everything we do is networking. So we're going to be talking about that. Let me see. I think I covered everything. Yep, I think I covered everything, where we're going to be at. We covered the magazine. We covered the blackowned.com. We covered conversations over coffee. And guess what? I'm so super, super duper excited for all of you tuning in with me and sharing again with me. I appreciate it. Like, we had Nigeria. I'm so super excited. Chi-Town, California. Thank you all for just taking time out and sharing your comments and talking back to me and talking back with me. I am, let's see. I will be here same time, same place next Tuesday. at 12 p.m. Central Time. I am going to leave you with our famous magazine video. So again, if you have any questions and you would be one of those amazing ladies to be featured in our August edition, please go to the link link above and get some information. I gave you 3 things. I gave you the link, I gave you blackowned.com, and I gave you use 1 through 7 tips. Okay, so listen, I did good. Woo woo, woo 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 woo, and I kept them in time, even though I got off task. I was still on time. So listen, everyone have a wonderful and blessed, prosperous week. Until next time.
The moment you've all been waiting for has finally arrived. Tap In is here, and it's time to grab your copy, featuring powerfully amazing women to follow in 2021 and beyond. It's your time to elevate, recreate, and celebrate your brilliance. This is the global magazine for you to get tapped into and experience powerful stories about finance, health, wellness, business, global networking, bossing on social media, tragedies, triumphs, and much, much more. It's your time to open the door to your future and get tapped in with women all around the globe who are ready to network and let you do your work to bring your business up to the next level. So come on in and get your tap in today. It's your time to shine and share your story with the world and encourage every woman, man, boy, and girl to get tapped in to tap in. Be featured now.